one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Monroe Mann here from Break Diving. No rules, no excuses, no regrets. Community motto, dream big, mentor often, achieve together. Today we are focusing on, again, the Diver's Code, which is a really awesome philosophy. It's basically a code of conduct, an aspirational guide for people who are break diving. Today we're going to be talking about number 8. I brag tastefully. That's what we're going to talk about the whole time. But I always go over all 12 of them so that you kind of get an idea of where it fits into everything that we're talking about. So the Diver's Code, this is what it looks like. The Diver's Code. As a worldwide member of break diving, I agree that. So here they are. I'm a break diver, which means you don't wait for opportunities to float to the surface. You dive in and make those big breaks yourself. 2, I am not lazy. 3, I never give up. 4, I always say please and thank you. 5, I try not to get offended. 6, I do not lie, cheat, steal, or plagiarize. 7, I always try to help. 8, I brag tastefully. That's what we're going to talk about today. 9, I keep my ego in check. 10, I ask for help. 11, I broaden my horizons. And 12, I just see winners. So before we go on, just a little bit about break diving. As I said, we're a not-for-profit global community of winners. You can join us at breakdiving.io. No obligation to do so, only if you want to meet other people and interact with them. You're also welcome to just subscribe to our channel here. Click like. We're at 1,135 watch hours. We need 3,000 in order to get monetized. So we're getting there, slow and steady. And appreciate you watching our live streams such as this, and also checking out our live streams on that were recorded that we did before. We have a bunch of study halls that we do. Would love you to come and check those out. Not only do they inspire you to get things done, but you will also help us with watch time. So let's talk about number 8. I brag tastefully. And I don't know what's going on. We used to get a whole bunch of members who would come in here, subscribers and new people. As of 3 days ago, very few people are showing up. YouTube is not showing these live streams in the shorts feed. It's not showing them in the live feed. And I don't know what's going on. They say that it's not happening. And now suddenly we have 6 people. So maybe YouTube is sharing some of our love once again. Anyway, the lesson for today is I brag tastefully. And it seems like, well, how can you brag tastefully? Those two things are mutually exclusive. If you're bragging, you're not being tasteful. And if you're being tasteful, you're not bragging. I'm telling you, you can do both together. What's up, Bingo the Red Healer? So nice to have you here. So nice to see all of you, the 7 of you here. Joshua, yes, you can sub. Of course you can sub. Literally, for 3 days, no new people were showing up on this live stream, and I was getting so nervous. I was talking to YouTube going, what did we do? Why are you not giving us love? But YouTube is giving us some love now. So I thank you, Joshua and Bingo and innumerable stars for joining us. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. My name is Monroe. The channel is called Break Diving. Don't wait for opportunities to float to the surface. You got to dive in and make your own big breaks in life. Thank you for clicking like, double tap the screen, and subscribing. So innumerable stars says, you mean you brag about not being obnoxious. So no, it's about you have to find a way to brag in a tasteful way. I'm going to read this first, and then we'll go over it. But suffice to say, if you're a break diver, it means you are going out and making your dreams come true. You can't make your dreams come true if you're not getting help from other people. You can't get help from other people unless you're telling people that you need help. And you can't tell people that you need help unless you brag and talk about how awesome you are and how awesome your projects are. I'm telling you that breakdiving.io is an incredible community that you should join. This channel is one of the best channels on YouTube. You should check out my channel too, the Monroe Mann YouTube channel as well. Blah, 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 blah. So let me read this. I can and should be proud of my accomplishments. But brake divers try to brag without discouraging and insulting others. In other words, I share my accomplishments only under 3 conditions. 1, as a means to share the joy. 2, as a means of inspiring others to follow in my footsteps. And 3, as a means to encourage those who are thinking of quitting. So think about it. There are 3 reasons when you should be sharing your accomplishments with other people. 1, sharing the joy. I call it sharing the vibe. I love to share my accomplishments with people because I want you guys to experience some of the excitement that I feel, because that may excite you, and then you may end up doing something special yourself. It could be a way to inspire you to follow me. If I brag about my accomplishments, I'm hoping to do it in a way that's going to make you think, wow, if Monroe can do it, well, so can I. I'm going to give it a try. I always recommend, I monetized my other YouTube channel this past summer, and it took me 18 years. But I finally figured it out after 18 years, and now I'm 1/3 of the way to monetizing this brake diving channel too. And I hope I can encourage all of you to monetize your YouTube channels as well. And when you watch my YouTube channel or this YouTube channel, I'm always giving tips on how you can get the watch time and get the subscribers you need to get monetized. And the 3rd reason you should brag, as a means to encourage others who are thinking of quitting. Too many times people quit because they become learnedly helpless. I have a PhD in psychology, and learned helplessness is this condition where you fail so many times when you're trying something that you start to believe that there's no point in trying, because every time you try, you're going to fail. So why should you brag and share your accomplishments with others? Because it might help to pull somebody out of a feeling of hopelessness. If somebody is feeling like, why should I keep trying? It's never going to work. But then somebody else says, dude, I just did it last week. I can teach you how to do it. All of a sudden they go, you did? You can't? You can help me? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And all of a sudden you've encouraged somebody to keep going. So this is why I say brag tastefully. I'll look at the comments in a second, innumerable. You need to brag tastefully. Let me explain the opposite of bragging tastefully, and then you'll know what bragging tastefully means. Bragging obnoxiously is the opposite, which means, oh my gosh, so I just got my 10,000th subscriber. And guys, if you're starting a YouTube channel, you're probably never going to get there. And it took me forever. And it's because I'm such a good YouTuber. Like, that's bragging obnoxiously, people. That's not helping anyone. It's just making you come across as a jerk. Bragging obnoxiously is, oh yeah, so I'm a successful actor. Most people, though, will not be able to do what I did. And, I'm just very talented, or I just lucked into it. Nobody wants to hear that you lucked into success. That's a big slap in the face to anybody who's trying to do what you're doing. So how did you become successful? Oh, just luck. Oh, thanks a lot. I used to work as an immigration attorney at a law firm here in Miami, and I quit after a year. This is not the reason why I quit, but within the first week, it's a huge law firm, and I got to sit down with one of the co-owners. And I just said, can you please tell me, what do you think the secret to the success of this law firm is? I thought I was going to get at least something tangible that I could use for my YouTube channel, for my own law firm, for my brake diving, this company, brake diving, all that. She said, by the grace of God, we're blessed. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. But that's not helpful. That's not inspiring to say, why are you so successful? Well, because God blessed me. So the reason I'm unsuccessful, quote unquote, is because God has cursed me? Because that's the exact opposite. If you guys succeeded by being blessed, it means anyone who did not succeed is not blessed. In other words, is cursed. That was not a way to brag tastefully. That was bragging obnoxiously and saying, well, we succeeded because we have the grace of God. We have God on our side. You, on the other hand, no. which is not good. So that is bragging obnoxiously. And what we're going to be talking about today is how can you learn to brag tastefully, and how can that be used to help bring more success into your life? Okay. Innumerable says, sounds along the lines of giving compliments to everyone you encounter. For example, I like your necklace there. Thank you. Your compliment is okay. It depends why you're doing it. It depends. Again, everything is about intention, innumerable. And by the way, if you want to share your name with me here, I can call you by your real name, or I can call you innumerable. If you're giving compliments for the sole reason of currying favor, that's wrong. If you're giving compliments because you think it's going to allow someone to treat you better, that's not the thing. You should be giving compliments. What's up, Jerry? Nice to meet you. My name is Monroe. I think you're the one person watching, but I certainly appreciate it. And we get a little one-to-one, get to know each other time. So Jerry, it's not the same. It's always about intention. Like, I don't think, you said I liked your necklace there, but you gave me the awesome sign. So your compliment, as far as I know, was sincere. And if you really do like my necklace, then that is wonderful. I think unsolicited, genuine compliments are something you should do on a regular basis. I appreciate that you are sitting here watching this live stream. And it's tough to be a live streamer. It's tough to be a live streamer when there are only one or two people watching. It's even harder when there's nobody watching. And so thank you. And no matter how long you can stay, even if it's for just 2 more minutes or 5 minutes or for the whole stream, I appreciate the fact that you're spending some time with me and I'm not talking to myself. So that's a genuine compliment. And I think you can feel that I genuinely appreciate you. The same thing with compliments, with bragging. It's about the intention. If your intention, if you don't really like my necklace and you're just saying it because you're thinking I'm gonna learn your name and go, okay, now he likes me because do you like his necklace? No, I just said that so that he would like me. Well, that's not cool. But if you're genuinely giving people compliments from your heart, nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's very good. And I guess you could call that giving compliments selflessly. You should not be giving compliments in the hopes of getting something in return. Just as you should not be bragging without giving something to them more than just showing off how great you are. I have accomplished a lot of things in life. And as I say, I call it sharing the vibe. And when I share my accomplishments, it's with the intent of inspiring people listening to realize, what the heck? That guy did all that stuff. He's so young. Well, so what have I done? I'm a Bronze Star nominated Iraq War veteran. I'm a 2-time TEDx speaker. I've written 11 books. One was a Barnes & Noble #1 bestseller online. I've been on multiple television shows as a guest. I have an MBA in finance. I'm a lawyer. What else? I have a computer science degree. I have an international economics degree. And what else? I have a skydiving license, B license. And I've done jump out of a plane 62 times. I could go on and on and on. I'm a real estate investor. I'm an options stock market investor. I don't say those things to rub it in your face. I do it with an intention that's outside of me. Why do I tell you those things? I want you to understand that you can accomplish a heck of a lot more than you think you can. And every single one of those things I told you that I did, you can do too, or some variation thereof. I'm also sharing it with you to help build my credibility. When I tell this to people, I tell people, if you really want to know who I am, Google my name, Monroe Mann, Monroemann. I didn't even tell you 10% of the stuff that I've done. You Google me, you're like, what the heck? I'm sharing the vibe, or in this case, bragging tastefully. They're synonymous. Brag tastefully is what I say here on Breakdiving, and sharing the vibe is what I say personally when I'm on my other channel, Monroe Mann, my personal channel. If you can learn, too many people, before I say if you want to learn, too many people think that they're being humble by not sharing their accomplishments. And there's that expression now, a humble brag and stuff. I hate humble brag I don't like that term. That's just me. I like the idea of bragging tastefully. There's no such thing as a humble brag. That's impossible. If you're bragging, you're not really being humble, because you should, when you brag, you should be proud of that. When I tell you the things that I've accomplished, I am so proud of it, Jerry. So proud. If I'm proud, how can I be humble? But you can brag tastefully. And that's the difference. I don't like this idea of a humble brag, because people usually say humble brag in a negative way. It's like somebody's trying to let you know all the things that they've accomplished, but trying to pretend that it's a humble thing. Do it. Something like, oh yeah, so anyway, so I was out on my my yacht the other day, and blah, 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 and they try to just throw it casually into the conversation. I believe that's what humble brag means. And it's like, all right, so anyway, yesterday I was with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, and and they mentioned things that have nothing to do with the story. Like the whole story was about the fact that this person tried, tofu chicken, and it was not good. But the fact that the person was with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio had nothing to do with the story. That's a humble brag. You're trying to just throw that into the story to kind of let people know that, no, it's different. Say, hey, guys, I want to tell you a really interesting story. And it's about two famous people who I had lunch with today. And the two famous people are not relevant. But the fact that they are famous is relevant based on what I'm going to tell you. You don't need to say the names of the people. Or you can say, look, and I'll tell you who their names are. It's important because it's part of the story. I'm not going to tell you who they are until the end of the story because I want to keep you in suspense. But they're two famous people. You know who they are. And you'll know, I'm not trying to brag. The story doesn't make sense unless I tell you who these two people are. And whatever that story is. But then that's not a humble brag. You were telling an actual story, and you're telling important factual elements to the story that make the story have a good, logical, funny, or whatever, satisfying ending. That's not a humble brag. You're telling a good story. Going back to bragging tastefully, too many people think, oh, if I tell people what I've done, or if I tell people all the things that I've done, I come across as bragging. It all depends on context, and it all depends on how you do it. I have these YouTube cards here. So whenever I meet people, I carry these things everywhere. I've got a whole supply of them, like a ton of them. And I go out and I give people these YouTube cards. So, hi, I'm Monroe Mann. I have a YouTube channel to enlighten, inspire, motivate, and entertain you via comedy, music, speaking, and more. Please click, subscribe, turn on the bell, and help me reach my next target, 5,000. I'm almost there, actually. I'm at 4,730, and I think I'm going to get to 5,000 before I hand out all of these cards. But hey, that's a win. That's a victory. That's fantastic. But why do I do? Look on here. It says Ni Hao, which is Chinese. Okay, down here it says PhD-esque MBA. That means I have a PhD. I'm an attorney. I have an MBA. Okay, there's my link. My next target, 5,000, tells people that I've probably already got like 4,000 or so. You go to the back, it talks about breakdiving, which is this is the channel you're on right now. Ready for a better social media? Come join breakdiving. Our mission, helping you find success, happiness, and friendship all over the world. Remember the Breakdivers Creed, no rules, no excuses, no regrets. 1, come apply at breakdiving.io. Visit youtube.com/breakdiving. Come volunteer with us if you like. Thank you for your support of our not-for-profit mission. So, let me put this card back. I just give that cards to people. Like I started my physics class. I'm in pre-med at Miami-Dade College. And we started our physics class this past Saturday. I gave that card to a bunch of students. I didn't say anything about, I'm one of the older people there. I'm 47. I don't look 47. But I'm certainly not 18, 19. And they look at it and go, whoa, you have a PhD? Oh my gosh, you have a YouTube channel? oh, wow, well, you have a not-for-profit? And all of a sudden, that does all of the bragging for me. So I figured out how to brag tastefully, where I don't go in there and say, tell us about yourself. And then I go, well, I've got a PhD in psychology, I'm a lawyer, and I did. It's like, oh my gosh, those people are so annoying. I don't say anything. And when I, like, not in this class, but in my biology class last semester, they said, please go around and introduce yourself, tell us why you're here. So all I did is say, hi, my name is Monroe Mann. I am thinking of changing careers, and I want to go potentially to med school, and this is one of those requirements. And then in the middle of the class, like halfway through the semester, I gave out my YouTube cards again, and they said, what the heck? And they found out slowly all about me. And then 2 people Googled me, and they came back next class, and oh my gosh, like, Monroe, you didn't tell us that you were this, you were that, you were this, you were that. I didn't have, and I became a superstar in their minds by not saying a thing about who I was and my accomplishments. So I figured out a way to brag tastefully in that environment. Same thing, I was at the hospital today. I'm a veteran, as I mentioned. I went to the VA hospital, Veterans Hospital, to see my doctor. And in the dining hall, there were a couple doctors, these 3 female doctors sitting around eating. And as I was leaving, I just said, oh, hey, do you guys watch YouTube? And one of them looked up and she went like this. She went, like, weirdo. And I said, oh, well, here's my YouTube card. I'd love you guys to check it out, blah, 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 blah. And then one of the other ones looked at the card and said, oh, you have a PhD? I looked back at the other one and she went like this, like, oh. Like, suddenly I was not just a dopey, weird guy trying to promote his YouTube channel, but, oh, maybe I'll check out this guy's YouTube channel. I didn't say a word. All I said is, do you watch YouTube? Here's my channel. The card did the bragging. Brag tastefully. Same thing. On this channel, I was able to share with you all the different things that I've done. PhD, pre-med, med school, my card, and some of my accomplishments. And I think you guys look at me more highly. You don't think of me as this guy's such a braggart. That's the issue. You do not want anyone to say, oh my gosh, she is such, all she does is brag about her accomplishments. Oh my gosh, she's so annoying. All she talks about is all the things that she's done. Now, there are times when I don't share what I've done. Like, for example, if there is somebody who's really excited about accomplishing something that they just did, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just got my bachelor's in psychology and everyone is congratulating this person. That is not the time and place for me to say, oh, well, I have a PhD in psychology. Like, how does that help the situation at all? This is not about me. It's about that girl saying that she's proud that she got her bachelor's in psychology. So I'm just going to say, congratulations, that's wonderful. I'm really excited for you. And maybe when the crowd is down, I could go up and say, hey, I'm really proud of you getting your bachelor's in psychology. I'd love to chat about it sometime. I have a background in psychology myself. Again, didn't brag. Just trying to make a connection. And then she goes, oh, really? What do you mean? I go, oh, well, I have a PhD in psychology. And then all of a sudden they go, no way. I want to get a PhD in psychology. And we're friends now and equals. Where she didn't think that I was. The wrong thing to do is as soon as she says, oh, I've got a bachelor's in psychology, and everyone's congratulating her. And I go, yeah, well, guess what? I've got a bachelor's in psychology, guys. It's like, I just lost the respect of everybody there, and nobody wants to talk to me. No one wants to be my friend. No one wants to affiliate with me in any way. There's a time and place to share what you've accomplished. And that's what I mean by brag tastefully. You will not get anywhere in this world if you keep your mouth shut and wait for somebody else to tell you that you're awesome. I am telling you right now, I am very proud to tell you that this break diving channel is awesome. And I am awesome. And my personal channel is awesome. And guess what? You guys are awesome too, because you're watching. You're being a part of this awesome channel. But you have to do it in a time and place. You have to explain it. If I told you that I am awesome, break dive, like in the first minute of this live stream, maybe that would have come across as a little braggadocious. But you guys know where I'm coming from now. There's a context now, and I've shared it in such a way that maybe you benefit from it and get inspired by it rather than thinking this guy's a jerk. Let me read some comments. Let's see, what was, Jerry says, it is not a psychological fact that people usually wish you not well when you tell them of your accomplishments. Oh, is it not a psychological fact that people usually wish you not well when you tell them your accomplishments? I heard something like that on the Stoicism videos. By the way, those Stoicism videos, my mom introduced me to those channels. Really great. Also, I'm reading Seneca's letters right now, which he is like the Stoic #1. Really great book. It's not 100% true, Jerry. Jerry is innumerable stars, by the way. People wish you poorly when you talk about your accomplishments if you share them in such a way that it rubs people the wrong way. That's the biggest concern. I could be wrong, but I don't think any of you are wishing me wishing me poorly because I just shared with you some of my accomplishments. The whole purpose of breakdiving in this channel and breakdiving.io is to inspire everybody to realize they can be as great as they want to be. And if you want to do just the same things that I did, or even do them better than me and do more than me, I say, I salute you. I would love for one of you to do even more than me, and then you say, Monroe, now it's time for me to inspire you. One of my, this girl, Carly, she's in high school, and she's one of the moderators on my other channel. She's a moderator on this channel, too. She said, she had 26 subscribers when I first met her on here, and I had about 3,000, and now I'm up to 4,700 on my other channel, Monroe Mann, just my name. But I always help people with their YouTube channels, and I just said, Carla, just keep posting more shorts, and I tell that to everybody. And she took my advice. She kept posting shorts, doing different things. She ended up doing a short that got something like 35,000 views, and in less than 3 weeks, she went from 27 subscribers to 2,100. I couldn't be more proud. And in many ways, me as her mentor has become her student. I have far more experience as a live streamer than she does, but I've never had one of my shorts get up to 27,000 views. The most I've had is maybe 17,000. So she's exceeded me based on what I've told her to do. And I'm not jealous, I'm envious, I'm excited. And I said, Carly, how did you do it? What's your trick? And I looked at the videos and they're like, oh, I see, cool. And so I learned from her. And I think that's the key. One of the keys to bragging tastefully is getting your ego out of the way. When I tell you my accomplishments, it's not about me. I'm doing it thinking of my audience. When I brag, it's because I want to gain credibility with you. I want to inspire you. I want to encourage you. I want you to make you to realize that you can do just as much as me, if not a heck of a lot more. And Jerry says, my name is Jerry. Nice to meet you. Good. You bet. Innumerable says, it was sincere. You made a conscious effort to rock it, and I imagine it brings you some delight. Yeah, I like this necklace. I got it in August. My mom and I went on a cruise for a week. We went to Cozumel, Cayman Islands, and Jamaica. And one of the vendors in Jamaica was selling this, and I bought it. This, and I got a necklace too. I got a bracelet too. But the bracelet was too big, and it was really annoying me. And so I took it off. That was not giving me delight. And I find it delightful to give people compliments on those kind of things to spread good faith. And Jerry, you're completely right. There was a German woman, her named Ingrid. She was a guest on my live stream on my Monroe Mann channel last week. She's from Germany. She used to live in the US. Now she comes back and visits once a year for a month or two. And she said, I'm always so surprised. Not anymore, but I'm always so refreshed by America because people just give me random compliments on the street. She said, I was on the bus the other day. I got off and someone just said, as I got off the bus, I love your dress. And she said, people never say that in Germany. She said, no one compliments anybody in Germany, which is funny because if you think of the German culture as very like that, there's some truth to it. And she was saying that they're very closed off people. They're very private. They don't want to get involved with people that they don't know. When in the United States, it's like, oh my gosh, I love your dress. Or just like you said, Jerry, I love your necklace. And I appreciate it. I think it's a wonderful thing that you do. And I think more people should give genuine compliments. Whenever I see people, I try to think, and I try to give at least one person a day, give a genuine compliment, unsolicited. The person didn't deserve it. I wasn't trying to get anything from them. It was just stating a fact. And I can do it a lot of times on these YouTube views. I can say, guys, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here, because I know you could be doing 1.5 million other things with your time. So thank you for spending some time with me. It's harder to give a compliment when I can't see things like that. But as I said, Jerry, by asking your name, that's a compliment, because it shows that I'm trying to make an effort to get to know my fans and the fans of breakdiving and things like that. Jerry goes on to say, it's interesting wrapping my brain around what you're explaining, because I feel conditioned to think negativity of the word brag. This opens some mental capillaries. 100%. I forget who it said. I think it was P.T. Barnum. He was the founder of Barnum and Bailey Circus. And I forget his actual quotation. Let me, where's my phone? Let me ask ChatGPT, and I can give you the actual message. We'll find you the actual quotation. Let's see. We're going to turn on Miss ChatGPT over here and see what she has to say about P.T. Barnum. Stand by. What's the famous quote from P.T. Barnum? Something about you have to not be afraid to blow your own trumpet. Can you find that for me, please?
P.T. Barnum once said, I believe hugely in advertising and blowing my own trumpet, beating the gongs, drums, etc. to attract attention to a show. It reflects his belief in the importance of self-promotion.
So again, that's the idea of bragging. Forget about the connotation of this and that. Look, bragging has a bad connotation, 100%. You never want to brag. You want to brag tastefully. And that's the idea of learning how to blow your trumpet with grace. I talked about this in my book, Guerrilla Networking, that I co-wrote with J. Conrad Levinson. And I was on CNBC's The Big Idea with Donnie Deutsch many, many years ago when the book came out, around 2006. And Donnie Deutsch, he got the whole thing wrong. He says, if you watch on my YouTube channel, on the Monroe Mann YouTube channel, just search Monroe Mann CNBC. You'll find my interview on there with Donnie Deutsch. The first thing he says is, so you have this concept of guerrilla networking, and that means about bragging boastfully. And I'm like, no. That's exact. I mean, he messed up the whole thing. And I said, no, I had to correct him. It's about bragging tastefully. Bragging boastfully, it's a, what do you call it? It's a duplicate. What do you call that? It's a redundancy. Bragging is the art of boastfully sharing what you're doing. So you can't brag boastfully, but you can brag tastefully. And bragging just means, as P.T. Barnum said, not being afraid to blow your own trumpet. Because I think the person downstairs below me in the apartment below cooks fish, because there is this is the third time this month that a horrible fishy smell has been rising up. And I got to ask her, I know who it is. And I got a bone to pick. I go, you got to stop cooking that smelly fish underneath my apartment. I'm not paying all this rent for a smelly apartment. I got to open this. I got to make some fireside comfort. I'm putting on 2 of these candles because I need to really de-smellify this place. There's nothing more terrible than the smell of fish coming from somebody else's apartment. But I also need to turn on the AC because I'm down here in Miami Beach, and that's a picture of me and my mom at Jungle Island. And what are we going to do? Okay. And you know what I can do? Febreze. Yeah. Okay. Got the candles going, the Febreze, and get that horrible fish smell from other residents out of my nasal cavities. Okay. Now, I don't want to brag, but I'm really a Febreze user extraordinaire. No one knows how to Febreze like me. Okay, just kidding. Angel, how are you? Great to see you. Simulation is here, Polymath Moments. Simulation is a great fan here of breakdiving. Great to have you back. Jerry says, indirectly letting a woman know that you have a PhD is a smooth move at any rate. Jerry, the key is smoothly and indirectly. And that's the key about bragging tastefully. It's about indirectly, but smoothly. As I told you, that humble brag thing is like, all right, guys, yeah, so I was having lunch with Donald Trump today, and Ivanka, and I had a ham sandwich. Yeah. No, that's it. That's the story. So there was no point about the ham sandwich. The only reason I shared that was because I had jumped with the lunch with the president-elect and his daughter. A better way of saying that is, you are not going to believe who I had lunch with today. Donald Trump and his daughter Ivanka. And then all of a sudden, people go, what? And now you've brought them into the story. You have to figure out how to share everything that you do in a way that doesn't, as you said, Jerry, that doesn't turn them against you and wish for your failure. And that is what happens too often. And this is why so many people do not want to blow their own trumpet. They don't want to tell other people about the things they've done because they're so scared about turning people off by bragging in a negative manner and in the normal manner, which is bragging. Instead, you have to brag, but tastefully. As I told you, that little YouTube card, or me talking about it here on the YouTube Live, talking about why I started breakdiving and what are my credentials, those are all completely fine. By the way, if you do want to learn more about breakdiving and my philosophy on success, I have 2 TEDx talks that you can check out. Just search Monroe Mann TEDx. One is at NYU and one is at Jefferson University in Philadelphia. The first is called 8 Words to Change Your Life Forever. The second is called You Are the CEO of Me, Inc. Also, in the YouTube store on my Monroe Mann channel, there are a bunch of free downloads, and I'm adding to them more and more. And there's also my novel. You can check that out if you want to read it. It's called We the Robots, available on my personal channel. If you haven't, please subscribe. Please turn on the bell to this channel and turn on all notifications. Then you'll get notified whenever we do live streams. Okay, Angel says, good morning, Monroe. Good morning to you, Angel. Great to have you here. Hate fish. I don't hate fish. I only hate fish that taste like fish. When the fish tastes like fish, it's not cooked correctly. Jerry's asking, do you brag tastefully? More for self-advancement to spread positivity or equally for both? You may have already explained it at length, but I thought I'd ask directly. Okay, so... yeah, all of the above. It doesn't matter the reason why you're bragging as long as you brag tastefully. But the intent, unless the intent is to help other people, your brag will never be received in a positive manner. So sure, am I bragging tastefully here in order to advance this breakdiving channel? Absolutely. Did I brag tastefully in the hopes that you'll watch the TEDx talks? Absolutely. Did I hope that you'll sign? I mean, everything is in the hope that you're going to go, hey, this guy's kind of cool. Maybe this breakdiving thing is not so terrible. Let me go subscribe. Let me check out his other channel. Maybe let me go look out his other thing. But the number one reason is not self-advancement. And that's the key. The self-advancement is a side benefit. The number one benefit is got to be, and I'll read this again. All of these things are coming from the Divers Code. As I told you, here, look. The Divers Code. As a worldwide member of break diving, I agree that. And we've got all these different tenets. Oh, it says I'm on mute. How long was I on mute, guys? How long was I on mute? I can't believe that. So I need to go back and tell me how long I was on mute for. Oh, just a minute. Woo! I was thinking, oh my gosh, has it been since I lit the candles? That would have been crazy. And you know what? That's another reason why learning to brag tastefully, it keeps you very humble. Despite all my accomplishments and despite that I'm proud of them, I also know that I'm human, I make mistakes, and there are people better than me. Like, look at that. I can't believe I just muted myself for a minute. Everybody makes mistakes, and nobody is perfect. And Angel, thank you, Angel. You are an angel for letting me know that I was on mute. Matthew said, I can't believe I burned myself. You know what happened? Carelessness. Anytime any of us burn ourselves on the stove or in the oven, it's because we're rushing. We're trying to do something other than what we're supposed to be doing. There's another lesson here. It says, never be the man who carries the lazy load. What does that mean? Don't be the man who tries to carry 10 pieces of wood outside into your house for the wood stove. Because you're likely to slip and you're likely to drop some of that wood. Some of it's going to fall. You're going to hit your foot, or all of it's going to fall. Then you got to pick it all up again. It's better to do 2 loads of 5 pieces of wood each. In other words, don't carry a lazy man's load. The lazy man tries to do it all at once. The smart person says, let me try to do it sequentially. Same thing. If you burned yourself on the stove, it's probably because you were trying to do two things at once. I burned myself on the stove twice in the last 2 months. Once going into the oven to pull out a frozen pizza, and once cooking pasta. Both times it was because I was not paying attention or I was rushing. I was trying to do things too speedily. So anyway, that's my advice for you right there, is your next time you're using the stove, do not look at your phone. Better yet, wear oven mitts. And more than I'm thinking it, I should probably get oven mitts, and I should also get the same type of thing when I'm cooking pasta so I don't touch the rim or anything, because I don't want to get burned. And Jerry is a UPS driver. I give people genuine compliments because it's part of my nature, because I find it beneficial to maintain a good rapport with my customers due to encountering them daily. I love that, 100%. I think you have an opportunity to influence and bring joy to people every day. And I do the exact opposite. When the postal worker comes or the UPS person comes or the FedEx, I do my best to go out of my way to compliment them. I think people should do the same thing that you do. And you recognize that you are creating, if you don't do that, you are just another delivery person. But by doing it, you're creating a relationship, a very strong relationship with these people. And honestly, if you are regularly delivering to the same route, or even if you're not, I mean, maybe like I have my YouTube cards, maybe you create a UPS card. You don't have to give out your phone number, but you can give out your email address, or maybe get a Google Voice telephone number, and just for text message or something, say, hey, if you ever have problems with UPS, here's an email address and a phone number that I've reached, and it comes to me. And it's nothing that UPS is paying me for. I just want you to know that I'm more than just your delivery driver. I'm here to help you. You're already going above and beyond because you're going out of your way to give compliments. But if you go out of your way to give them a card that says, hey, you can reach out to me. I know you may not want to, maybe there's policy against that. I don't know. Or maybe you don't want to but you can do it in such a way. Maybe it's just a card that says, hey, this is a customer service card for UPS if you need anything. And maybe it just has a customer service email address. You save them 10 minutes of time trying to go, and they're going to think, you know what? Jerry is awesome. Jerry's the best. I've never had a UPS driver that treats me as well, even if they never see you again. You give them a compliment, and then you give them a card. You can do multiple ways of figuring out how to improve their lives. And that's also a way of bragging tastefully, Jerry, because, again, you give them the card, and the card says something about you. Jerry worked at FedEx for how many years? These are the awards that I've won. And people, when I give them my YouTube card, so many people go, whoa, dude, that is the most brilliant idea I've ever seen, creating a business card for your YouTube channel. I can tell you how many people this is not for break diving. I haven't created any cards for break diving yet. Well, technically I can, because it's on the back of my main YouTube card. But it's different, memorable, and it brags for me. It does all the bragging for me. About a minute, Jerry says, I don't have much to brag about other than when it's revealed that I get good pay and benefits when my customers ask. I respond as humbly as possible with the hopes that they're happy for me. But I guess I personally benefit from doing this because the customer pours prices to me and makes the day smoother. 100%. If you do not interact with the customers, and I'm not speaking to you, Jerry, I'm speaking to everybody else who's trying to get a lesson from this and learning from what Jerry's telling us. She goes out of her way to genuinely compliment her customers when she goes on her UPS route. Because otherwise, she's just a delivery woman. And with all due respect, but you're just another delivery person. But by you going out of your way to do this, not only do you make the day go by more quickly, every time you get to know someone a little bit better, and they be like, oh, cool, I get to deliver to this address again. I've been there before. They're going to potentially remember you. Before you know it, I'm sure, correct me if I'm wrong, have you made any closer relationships where you've had some closer conversations and you get to know what they do and they get to know what you do, and maybe they find out if you're married, if you have kids, or how long you've been with UPS. Sorry, I spoke about the competition. Bad, Monroe, bad. Angel says, taken by my man. Oh no, wait. Oven mitts is a good tool, so you don't burn the hand on the stove or oven. That's true. Yeah, I'm actually thinking I should go get oven mitts. Yeah. Thank you, Matthew, for burning yourself, because it helped remind me to go get some oven mitts. Jerry says, I see a psychologist who was diagnosed with GAD. Tell me what GAD is. Some general anxiety disorder, I believe, and being on the spectrum of autism, probably due to my need for detailed preparation on my part. Organization is important to avoid having panic attacks and anxiety when my truckload is a mess. I guess my opportunity to brag provides self-advancement for me and keeps my customers happy about themselves when I compliment their shoes. And yeah, I think so. And there's nothing wrong with self-advancement and keeping your customers happy. I always say there's no such thing as by the way, hi V, I just see your hello. Great to see you. There's no such thing as a truly selfless act. It's impossible. Mother Teresa is known for all of the work that she did to help the less fortunate. But think about it. Why did she do that? Because of the warmth it gave her. She loved making people feel better about themselves. And maybe she didn't get riches. Well, she did get fame, but that wasn't her mission. She was selfless, but she was still getting something from it. No one does anything without getting something in return. 100%. Never, never, never. Never. And if you think about it, I'm Christian. Jesus Christ gave his life for our sins. If you think about that theological system, he didn't do it selflessly. Even God. Jesus died for his sins because he loved us and wants to see us in heaven with him. So, I mean, even there, which is to show you that there is nothing wrong with self-advancement and trying to do something to get something. Everything we do is to get something. And you say, no, I madly fell in love with my husband or my wife, and I got with her or him because he completed me. No, that's exactly it. He completed you. He or she made you feel better. He or she, you felt like there was a connection. Nothing is selfless. So there's no problem with you bragging in order to get self-advancement, as long as you're doing it in a tasteful way, which means you're helping others by doing the bragging. I never brag just to gloat and like ha ha. No. That's not helpful or useful. The truth is, some of us always brag in a braggadocious manner, negative manner. It happens sometimes. But by and large, you should try to figure out a way to help others while you share your awesomeness. As I said, share the vibe. You're not bragging, you're sharing the vibe. So that's great. Here's the truth, Jerry. You're not bragging primarily to advance yourself. It's 100%, or 100%. It's 90% to keep your customers happy. But it's like, if you think about it, it's probably 50-50. You're doing it 50% because it makes you feel good. Because it makes you feel good to keep your customers happy when you compliment their shoes. Don't deny it. You love the feeling that it gives you when you compliment someone else's shoes. And when someone looks down at their shoes, a customer goes, oh my gosh, you like them? Thank you so much, Jerry. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you noticed. No, I've been feeling so bad today. you all of a sudden, oh, I did something good today. Yes, I made a customer feel happy. Awesome. I'm not just a package delivery woman. I am a life changer. And that's what you are. That's why you like the compliments, because it makes you feel good. So again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. Your desire to feel good about yourself is encouraging you to do good works. Hallelujah. We need more people like you, Jerry. But I am just trying to guide you. And that's what this lesson today is. Get over your fear of telling people that you're awesome. You just need to figure out how do you present yourself that you're awesome in a way that doesn't turn people off. Because if you do it correctly, people go, Jerry, you are awesome. And then they brag to their friends, oh my gosh, I have the best UPS delivery person. I look forward, I order things just so that Jerry delivers them to me. And to be honest with you, I didn't need a new pair of shoes, but I just bought a new pair. And I put them on because I knew that Jerry was going to come deliver today. And oh my gosh, she saw them and it felt so good to get her opinion about them. So, you're doing some good things, Jerry. Hi, V, great to see you. Jerry says, jackets, necklace, that's touching on my question earlier. Exactly. Generalized anxiety disorder, yes. Hi, Angel from V. And let me see, Angel, let me see. Thank you. I'm preaching, baby. I'm preaching, Angel. Thank you for watching. By the way, V, for those of you who don't know, V has a channel called Clear Trek, Trek, Clear Trek. He's another live streamer, buddy of mine. He does Zen streams and video game streams right at the moment. He's doing Indiana Jones, very cool. And I wanted to let you know, V, YouTube sent brand new people today to this live stream. And I'm thinking it's important that you do a variety of live streams. So I'm thinking you may also want to avoid only doing the Indiana Jones live stream, because maybe the same thing could happen. And I experimented specifically today to go back to doing me being the talking head. And it did work. It did bring some brand new people. Jerry Innumerable Stars is brand new, and a few others as well. Although I don't know if V is still here. Maybe V, I'm just reading. He says, I got to go out for a bit. So maybe he didn't hear this. I'll have to talk to him later. Anyway, if any of you are listening, sometimes if you do the exact same type of live stream over and over and over again, YouTube may stop sending people until you change it up and do something different. So that's why I went back to doing this one today. Jerry says, my old bandmate had a hippie type of dad who was a pastor. The dad had an idea for a shirt with Moses holding the 10 Commandment tablets. I'm liking it already. Instead of the commandments, one simply says, don't be an... That spoke a lot to me. That's how I want to carry myself in life. Yeah, in many ways, that is it's a good summary. What's up, James? Great to have you here. Thanks for sticking around for a little bit. And I guess shout out to Jamie. Jamie is one of the biggest supporters on my other channel, this channel too. But she is a financial supporter of the Monroe Mann channel. She is a compliment supporter. She compliments me all the time. She shows up to most of my live streams and stuff. And she has a couple of videos on her channel. She's not a dedicated YouTuber like I am and like V, but I did encourage her to start posting some videos on her channel because she had a few subscribers. I said, you may as well start posting something for them. And one of her videos got like 2,000, 3,000 views or something like that. So again, guys, you can get off your butt, try things, experiment. And oh, beautiful. Again, I was talking about this on my other live stream on my channel, but this book, Anti-Fragile, Things That Gain from Disorder. It's so inspiring. But basically the thing is just saying, you can, instead of trying to create a life of order and perfect consistency and learning to fear change and disruption and chaos, this book is telling, and I talked about this in some of my other live streams, you need to, like, you can create, like, chaos can lead to amazing progress if you don't fear it, if you embrace it, if you actually look forward to disorder and chaos. Before, this book is changing my perspective. Before, I was always thinking, use the chaos to help you, but not necessarily looking for chaos. This book is basically saying you should be looking for chaos. You should be looking for disorder, because that's where you're going to find these anomalies that are going to allow you to grow at exponential levels. And so I'm only on page 20 of a book of 400 pages. And look how tiny the print is, guys. Oh my gosh. This is tiny print in this book here. Read this book, all of you, Anti-Fragility. And remember, on my other channel, on Monroe Mann, I'll be doing Rose Reads for this one once I finish this book. I have this series on the Monroe Mann channel where I take notes, and then I share my notes and interpretation of the book to give you a summary and also to encourage you to read it yourself. So good night, Jamie. Thank you again so much for your support. Oh, Jamie, if you're still here, don't leave this one on running. Go to one. Jamie, are you still here? I hope you're still here, Jamie. Go, and this is for all of you. You can always, before you go to bed, even if we're not doing a study hall live stream, just find one of the other study halls that's like 6 or 12 hours on this channel that we've done, and just let it go during the night. So Jamie, if you could, because even though I'm going to do a study hall later tonight, I'm not going to start it until after I'm done with the stream. Find one of the other ones and just watch that thing. I'll let it run overnight, because this thing's probably going to end in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And Jerry's saying, what's their next potential accomplishment from Tastefully bragging? I've got a few of them. Thanks for asking and giving me the license to brag a little bit more. So the things that my next potential accomplishments from Tastefully bragging, this channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, which will allow us to get to the highest level of monetization, reaches 4,000 watch hours, so we get full monetization. That my personal YouTube channel goes from making $300 to $700 a month to making $1,000 to $2,000 a month, and eventually $4,000 a month, where it becomes, that's where my steady income is from YouTubing, which will be great. Break diving, this year we released the mobile app on Apple and Android, and we start doing some television ads, and we hope by the end of 2025 that break diving goes from 1,500 total members and about 50 active members to something like 100,000 total members and 10,000 active members. That would be amazing. What else am I looking at? At the end of this year, I have finished all of the requirements to apply to med school. Whether I do or not, I do not know. I have a lot of other things, and I have to kind of juggle a bunch of different dreams. Maybe I'll wait for med school until I'm older. But I want to have all of those requirements done, so I always have that option in the future. And what else do I want to see come happen this year from Tastefully bragging? I keep mentioning that I have things available in my YouTube store. My novel. Jamie's the only person who's bought it so far. I'm hoping some more people will buy my book, We the Robots. It's a really cool thriller. Based on the idea that robots have actually been here on Earth for far longer than we think. And all of this stuff about Tesla and AI is all a front to mask the fact that robots have been in our society, walking amongst us, masquerading as normal-looking humans for decades. I think it's an awesome book. We'll have to wait and see as more people read it if they like it. So I'm hoping more people will download some products and things from my store. And I guess that's it. I'm. Thanks for asking. How about you, Jerry? Angel says, I'm a Muslim, but I love God. You shouldn't say I'm a Muslim, but I love God. It's I'm a Muslim and I love God. Because Muslims love God too. Right, Angel? Jamie says, thank you. The world needs more people like you. Thank you for that genuine compliment. And Jamie, the world needs more people like you too. And Angel and Jerry. And the other person, I guess V, who was let this thing running. Opportunity is found amidst chaos, says Jerry. 100%. Jerry, if you just said that, read this book, Anti-Fragility. I'm only on page 20. I'm telling you this book, it will change your life. Yes, I'll find a long one. Thanks, Jamie. Good night. Angel says, do everything every night to do a bedtime story, but where I'm at, it's first daylight. Here, I'll give you a bedtime story, Angel. Go to sleep, wake up a multi-millionaire. Go to sleep, wake up a superstar with great hair. Monroe Mann, that's right. Jerry says, I subscribed. I enjoyed this encounter on your inside. I know you're winding this live stream. The next few minutes, I'll check you out again soon, Monroe. You rock. Anti-fragility it is. And I will say this, Jerry, are you in the United States? Yeah, because it's UPS. I imagine you're in the United States. If you hang tight in about probably 10 minutes, I'm going to start another live stream on this channel, which is a study hall, which I do them throughout the day to try to get watch time and also just to inspire people to work alongside me and get things done. So if you can, would love you to just come on there. You don't have to talk. We're just trying to get watch time. And but also I'm hoping it inspires you to focus and get some things done yourself. You could also, as I mentioned, watch any of our prior recorded live streams, and that'll give us watch time as well. Just let it run while you're on the UPS truck or whatever. That would be massively awesome, Jerry. And please subscribe to my channel too, Monroe Mann, MONROE MANN. I think Angel just wrote my name up above. So thank you so much, Angel, for sharing that. And Angel says, sorry, I said the Muslim was happy. No, all good, Angel. And Jerry says, Los Angeles. I'll hang tight for a while, but going to go to bed in a bit. So yeah, just in about 2 minutes, I'm starting another live stream. And if you could just turn it on and then let it go as Jamie does as well. I'm trying to get more and more people to just watch the study halls while I'm sleeping and during the day. And we can monetize ourselves that much more quickly. We're at 1,100 hours. We need 3,000 for first level, and we need 4,000 for the final level. So awesome. Yeah, Monroe Mann for later, but right now, Break Diving is doing another live stream in a moment. So Jerry, it's a pleasure to meet you. Angel, a pleasure to have you as always. And any other you guys, I hope you can stick around and come back to our study hall that we're starting in about 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Bye.